Hey there, this is Ludwig from the Phasio team, and this video is about catalog parts on the Phasio platform. A catalog is really then important if you have customers that have reoccurring orders, parts that they order over and over again, or if you want to get into the business of having customers that reorder their parts. Usually they would have articles connected in their SAP or in their ERP systems, and those articles you can find here under specifications. Let's take a look at this part, done in MJF in the example material in the color black. Now you see here we're in the field customer references, and you can define for your customer a certain reference. And that could be, for example, part 1234, and we choose Phasio Foundries Inc. and the pricing tier can either be set like this, or it can be auto-calculated, right? But let's set a fixed price of 50 for this, and from 10 parts onwards, I want the price to be 48, for example, and I want to show this in the catalog for the client. And this is how I create an article for this particular customer. So I hit add reference, and now let's take a look at Phasio Foundries Inc., that customer, into the catalog, and we find that there's one part in the catalog with one specification here with 2 tiers. Now you can also go ahead and add items directly from here, but that is something that you can explore for yourself in your Phasio account. And we're going to add a quote now for Phasio Foundries Inc. Now, if I go to the library, I'll find now that there's a part populated here, customer part 1234, 2 tiers. I choose this part from the library and I get it in here without the need to re-upload that part again. And this is really important if you work with files that are extremely large, for example, right? And now the price is set to 50. And once we go all the way up to 9, we still have 50 per part. Once we go to 10, you see it's 480 per part. And this is how you can really 48 per part. And this is how you can really adjust everything so that your customer feels home. They log in and they actually find their own parts available. Let's take another example and create a catalog part for another customer. For that, we go to parts and specifications. Let's, for example, say this part here and create the custom reference again, and choose this get Phasio address, call this test, have no pricing tier, but just show in catalog, add the reference. And now we go to the storefront and I'm logged in as this particular client already. And I'm just going to choose the browse catalog option here instead. So the customer immediately gets access to their parts. Now in this example, MJF example material black dyeing, and you can add this to the cart and you immediately have your catalog part here in your checkout. You can go and check out or also upload other parts as required. So the catalog is really an option to make life simple for your customers and also to really drive those reorders. And not only that, given the combination with part intelligence, which is the previous video, you can not only make the reordering for your customer simple, but you can also make the manufacturing, the production for your production team simple, because it's clear already. You've made the part before, you know how you've made it. You can also save the print file to it or the G-code file for the CNC machines. It is leveraging the knowledge of part intelligence and placing it into a catalog, just a tiny bit like Amazon. But if you like what you're seeing here in the Pro series, then stick to the video series or create your own Phasio account on the website. I hope to see you there.